All right, we're here. We're back, y'all. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. We are about to get started. I have before you a piece that I'm drawing right now. Let me turn that down too. Sorry, the Matrix is in the house right now. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to finish this piece. I started it yesterday and I thought of it and I was like, there could be something that I'm missing. And well, maybe, just maybe, it could be the image that she's looking for or the door that she's going through, because I wasn't sure yet. And I said it's a good start though. It's a really good start. I've never done anything like this before, but this show that I'm prepping for, I don't think this piece will be in a show because it's too large. They want smaller pieces, but I can make copies of it, and this will be a form of the representation of the monochromatic. So I want to add more to this, and I guess I'll feel what it feels like to be in the image in order to draw from it. I guess that's what I feel. Yep, that's what I feel. So and obviously if this is the edge, it probably won't. How to finish these, because this is something that I'm starting. So if she's going somewhere, I usually have my characters carrying something too. And because of her arm placement, I wasn't sure if she would be carrying anything in this one. And yeah, that's ultimately where I stopped at yesterday. Because I was like, oh, I got this far. Like tomorrow I'll be able to figure out what it is that I truly want her to see when she's looking into this. And I just didn't figure it out yet. So this is the part of me trying to identify that as is what she should be experiencing. Yeah. So I think of this as a place that we can go to because every character is always somewhere. Like even in, in our daily, we find ourselves like you think of it and you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. I actually put myself in this whole situation, this era of being. And this is the analogy that I wanted to bring to this experience. And we can be anywhere we want to be. We have to choose when. We don't necessarily have to have a why, but the why is already the karma. And that's us signaling that we're supposed to be where we say we choose we want to be. I had I had a conversation with someone somewhere in the past, and they had explained to me a situation where they that if something was to happen to someone, that their reaction would draw them to be somewhere else. And I thought of it, and I was like, well, when he was explaining it, he was explaining it as if it could be anything. So let's just say I'm going to take a trip to Japan because I said I've always wanted to go there. So I take a trip to Japan, and so I find myself eating in a restaurant, and this restaurant has maybe a specialty. They have something that maybe I might have been craving, and as a result of all of those thoughts, I said that I would enjoy that experience of being there at night. And it's kind of like what a family member was explaining as a result. Now, other people can join the experience, but truly your perspective is what you are going to get out of it. Everybody else's perspective is totally different. It might be cold, might be hot, the food might not be good. You know, they might be thinking about being somewhere else at the same exact time that they're being somewhere, but that's what I thought of it. And when they explained it, I was like, wow, I didn't see it like that at that point, because I didn't know that, once again, you know, this is everybody else's perspective. And that perspective is something that you create, you live in, and you're the one who's going to manifest all that you see in this experience. So I thought it was cool. It's kind of heartening sometimes that people, you know, they dream of the things that they dream, but this is their lives. This is what they call into their reality. Like, this is part of my reality. I didn't know that I would get up and I would draw this specific thing today, but I'm here for it. And that's my karma. That's something that I wanted to exist. So once again, I'm here existing in this space, creating something that I feel is part of my day. That's really it. It's just a part of my day. Yep. Just like every day that I think of a place that I can say that I exist in, that's truly where I live. No matter where and how, that's where I live. And I think it's really interesting that, like, I'm able to create the space that I live in just by my imagination. Yeah. My imagination. Yeah, that's really it. What's up, the keeper? Very nice. Well done. Thank you, Sherry. Please, aliens. Okay. You said aliens. I like that. Aliens are cool when they want to be. When they are experiencing bliss. Yeah. So I thought that this would be a good time to put some great energy into my day. I got up and I worked out, and I think everybody's experiencing something. We may not realize it, the fact that that outer edge of our life is like our way of thinking, but what we physically do is our manifestation. So I thought of a bunch of different things to do today, and I first got up and I told myself that I wanted to heal. I wanted to heal everything that was happening to me. Because yesterday, okay, so yesterday I had to go shopping, and so once again, I'm still using rideshare like Lyft and Uber, and I don't mind it. It's just so much more refreshing that I get to meet new people. When I go places, I meet and establish different things that I've never done before. I'm not saying in a car wouldn't do that for me, but it's just been such a different way of living an experience. And so yesterday on the way home, you know, I get my groceries and everything, and you know, I call for a ride. And so I watched the lady on that. Now she's driving to come pick us up. And then I'm telling you, you can't make things up. Things are bound by our reality. You can make them, but in that instance, you can't. It has to be like predestined. So I'm watching her on the map. Like, you got your phone and you can just watch the person drive to you, and you know, wherever your destination is. And so the lady, she's doing circles. Okay. And I've seen this on the map before, and I'm like, oh, okay, the map must be messed up. And some type of way, it always has like somebody like going around, you know, something. And I'm like, what is she doing? Because then it looks like she was dropping somebody off and then going to come and pick us up. And I'm like, why is she getting further away? So then I realized she's actually driving. It's not the map that's messed up. It's just she's driving, and she's going around, and she's going in different places. And I'm like, why don't she just come to me? So I messaged her and I said that we are located where we were located. And then she finally gets to us. And so I'm like, you know, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah. She was like, the map, you know, had me do this, and this guy had me, you know, driving in this direction, and et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, okay. So I said something in my head, and then I said it out loud. And I was like, oh, I said you were out there burning donuts, right? You were out there just driving in circles. She thought it was funny, but I saw something on the map that made it look like she was lost. That's just what I was saying. And I didn't mean to say it out loud for it to actually happen. So she goes, the map won't tell me which way to go. So I looked at my map and I said, oh, it says go left. So she pulls out and then she turns left, and we drive for like 2 minutes. And then we realize we're in the middle of a, like, you drive into these areas, and sometimes it's like a little factory. It's a little, oh, what's the word? It goes into a dead end, right? And then she had to do a circle. So she had to turn around and go back the other way. Once again, what I said she was out there doing donuts. She was going around in a circle. And it was the wildest thing, because then I realized I was a part of what I said that I wasn't really trying to express to her, but I thought it was funny. And then I realized me being funny actually put us in that predicament. And it was like the wildest experience ever, because not only did we view something that we were actually talking about, and I really should have told her that she was a part of my day, and that I probably should have gotten her information, because not only are we meant to meet people, but are we able to find out how much more they have for our day. Because I probably could have requested her for some other reason. Maybe she could have helped me do something later on in life rather than just getting me home. And I thought it was pretty interesting, because not only was she talking about going back home, I really wish she would have got my information, because she would have watched this stream today too. Because what she did was she told me about something that was on her mind. And this happens to everybody. We all do it. This is how we are connecting to our timeline. our like point of being where we say we want to go. So she goes, I don't like this place. I don't like living here. She said, I'm ready to go back home. And I said, well, where's home? And she said, New York. And I said, okay, well, you know, then she started talking. And then I said, well, it seems like you got 1 foot in and, you know, 1 foot out of this situation because she don't want to be here. She wants to go somewhere else. So then she started to tell me how she doesn't like the people that live here. And I was like, okay, I wasn't thinking that she was being negative, but also didn't realize how our words will absolutely change our thought for our present action. And so she goes, the people are not what she thinks they should be here. Not, she used the word, and I can't remember the word, but she used it as if they're not pleasant people here. And I said, wow, I didn't think of it like that. And I never thought about it like that at all. I said, people are going to be who they are because that's what they want to be. But I never thought as a collective, that's what people are like. And so she goes, something, something, something. And then as we're turning the corner at the light, so you got your 4-way, the lady in front of us turned left, but as she didn't realize that on this side was oncoming traffic, there was no cars at that point, but this was the driving lane that she should have turned into. Not us, but a lady that was in front of us. So she turned and drove into oncoming traffic. There's still no cars. Then she drove onto the median and continued to drive on the grass. And we're both now watching her. And she states that lady's doing something, or that person is doing something. And then I realized it was the lady that's driving the car. And I said, no. I said, I'm so glad you didn't follow her behind her into oncoming traffic, because it blew my mind to realize, well, once again, we were talking about something that was happening right then and there, like how she didn't like how people were. And so the lady continued to drive in the median. And then she got off of the median and was still driving in that direction in the wrong lane. And I was like, wow, well, there goes your answer. If you ever need it to be, then it will be what you say you truly want it to be. And she found her answer. Now, will she act on it? Maybe. But she definitely did that day, yesterday, find her answer where she says she might want to be. Or it could be a trick into leading her into a destination where she probably is where she needs to be. She can't change people because people are what they want, whenever they want, and however long they're going to possess themselves to be whoever they say they want to be. And I just thought it was funny. Eyes of Art, hello. Let me see. Sorry. You said it already looks good. Thank you, Eyes of Art. Thanks, Siba. Oh, I don't know how to say that. How's everyone? I'm great. Debating on if I should go live or not later. Just go live. Yep. It's probably something good for you. Maybe dig out my old artwork and make a video of it. I've done that before. Go ahead and try it. Try it, Sherry. Try it. Oh, you're retracting. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was my day. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I was so glad we didn't come into contact with that lady, because I saw it was a lady in the car, or at least I believe so. But then I thought of it. And what happened is that lady in the car, I don't care if you say that she was alcohol based or she just lost where she was going or whatever the case was, but she was possessed. Yep. And I've seen it before, because not only did she do something, let's just say she took off her clothes. We'll just be just like that. Let's just say this person decided that she wanted to take off her clothes. There is certain things that we will and we just won't do, no matter where we go. And, even if you believe you are who you are, something took complete hold of her and forced her to drive across and into the median, and that's where she stayed. And that is possession, because she got all the way to the light perfectly. She didn't have no issue until she got to the intersection, until we were having that conversation about people. And that is possession. That is somebody wanting to show you what it looks like. And it was the wildest thing I've ever seen in a while. I've seen people drive on the wrong side of the road. I've seen it, alcohol based, whatever the case was, it's happened. But it's all because of possession. You don't have any control of your body anymore. Nope. I've seen it happen to family members too. Yep, I sure have. And not only is it scary because, one, you know the person, you know that they don't do things that would cause irregular motivations. Like, people get drunk, people do stuff, but to go beyond, that's actually what was happening. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'm so glad we didn't follow her, because we would have been following the possession as if we're mocking that person or we're becoming as she is. And it was really weird, because I had my son in the car and I was like, wow, that's interesting. Could we have been possessed too at the same time? And I mean, it wasn't late at night. It was only like, let me say, we got there, I think it was like 8. It was like 8 o'clock, like 8:30, something like that. So, I mean, there are people out there who drink, drive, smoke, et cetera, but that was pure intention right there, to show everybody something, show somebody something. Yeah. Aliens. Yep. So how y'all doing today? It's wild, man. I'm so glad I make my videos not for kids. Adults, may be like, know what, we're not watching this today. This is not it. This dude talking about blah 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 blah. But when I say things, it's like, what's it? I say, like, it's because this is the reality that we live in. And once again, I don't want people to believe that I'm some type of like perfect person, like nothing ever wrong happens and you only get to see the perfect things, because it's not true. Like, things happen all the time. Not saying that I want anything negative to happen, but things happen because it's just the product of the environments that we live in sometimes. Like, let me see, what else happened before? I don't know, just like a bunch of things that, I'm not saying we're not responsible for, but responsibility comes down to, how we interact with the world. That's really what it comes to. How do we react to things that we're not used to? There's no answer for that, because you don't know. You honestly can never know how to respond to something. Sometimes they just tell you not to respond to it, but more or less, you don't have any control over it, because it's already bound to happen. It really is. It's already bound. You said, wait. Yeah, just do it, Sherry. You said I went down the wrong way once because the one-way sign wasn't up. I wasn't used to the area. I found the nearest parking lot and turned around. Nice. Right, that was dangerous. I'm glad y'all are okay. I'm telling you, I was so glad that lady that was driving us did not follow this other lady, because there was a weird, clear way of becoming on the wrong side of the road. But I was like, there's a sign also that dictated there was 2 sides plus the median, and I was like, where is she going? Like, but then I was like, forget it. Like, she's already gone. She can't find the right way, and there's nothing else that's going to stop her from going down the incorrect, because she's already there. She was already there. Yep. Did I feel sad? Absolutely not, because there was nothing I could do about it. Could I have laughed? I did. I laughed because I was like, I'm so glad that's not us. I'm just a way of figuring out things. Like, I'm glad it's not me taking those situations and then trying to figure out what the heck to do about it. Because there was just nothing I could do about it. But you're like, okay, stop what we're doing. Because even when you're lost, don't keep going, because you're going to make yourself even more confused or even more lost or even bound by the fact that you don't know where you're going or where you're at. So just stop where you're at. Because most times people will find you if you stop moving. You'll find yourself if you stop moving. You'll think clearly if you're not motivated by everything that's happening. You know, just stop what you're doing. It's the realest thing ever. Because like, you know, that is how we control ourselves. Stop what you're doing. Get some help. Yep. Sometimes we need some help from somebody else. And easily she probably could have found some help. She could have seen the way that the traffic was moving, stopped her car. And she didn't have to back up. Obviously, she had to keep going forward, but she could have did a U-turn. She could have did anything to help herself at that situation. But once again, she wasn't there. That was not the person who initially started driving. And I put that on everything, because there's nothing that would tell me that she was going in the right direction from start to end, because she kept on driving. And I'm like, no, no, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You know, aliens. Absolutely. Yeah, they wanted to show face. Okay, I need a sticker for this one. So, you know, the most extreme things happen sometimes, and you know, we can take it upon ourselves, or we can ask for help, or we can guide ourselves through, you know, situations that, you know, we just have no idea what's going on. And there was a cop that had like maybe 2-3 blocks, and that was coming down the street. Once we turned off of it, he was like 2 blocks. So let's say this is the straightaway, this is the straightaway, this is straightaway. He was like, once we turned going this way, he turned and went this way. So he was bound to come see that lady, whoever she was. But I think she crashed her car on the other side. And I'm just saying that because the car that was in the median was no longer in the median. And I know I ain't tripping. So she went the other way. Because if she was turning left to come in our direction to go wherever she was supposed to go, she wasn't going there no more. She was going another way. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about the lady, because there's better things to have conversations about right now. Like this piece that I made. So this is the monochrome. This is the monochromatic. Oh, and now you're gonna flap that way. But this is the monochromatic piece I'm working on for the show called Blackout. And so, yeah, that's basically it. If you don't know what monochromatic is, there are fluctuations of colors, but the colors are still the same. There are really no colors at this point, because there's only black and white. So if I added red in here or something, it wouldn't be monochromatic anymore, because the colors would change. So the colors are still going to completely be the same, because the space that I'm using is all black, and it doesn't offer any other light source other than what I'm putting up here, which is a long drawn out way of saying monochromatic. Yep. Yep. I did it, y'all. Let's go. So these are supposed to be lanterns too. And somewhere in my past, I was told that I should make lanterns. And so we are making lanterns for this piece. Now, and because it's higher up now, I feel like I need to bring you down, because it's like reaching the sky. It's really far up there. Really far up there. But anyway, how's everybody else doing? I heard some people are going to go live stream. Some people are here just visiting. Some people are just, you know, enjoying the day. Enjoying the day. I worked out today. I also did something different too. Let me check the chat. Shari, respond. You said, hope the lady finds what she's looking for. Oh, I'm sure she's going to find it. She's going to find it out there somewhere. Yeah, if you're lost, stand still. It works. Absolutely. And they've said it like plenty of times on like nature. What's the other word? When you're foraging, when you're in the wilderness, like if you're lost, stay still because someone will most likely find you in that area, right? Because if you go further out or further away, then most likely people won't go there. They'll go to only places that, you know, were meant to be looked at, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. They said the piece that you are making looks great. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So I told myself that if I draw faces, it would be a little bit easier for me to figure out what my monochromatic piece will look like. Because I could just draw abstract things, but like if I'm trying to tell a story, sometimes the story needs to have a face. And sometimes the face has, you know, just what I need for my outline of my story. So, yep, I'm just drawing faces. The next one that I'm going to do, I'm going to draw another face. But everybody in this has a crown. And I like to think of crowns as being something that is captured. Okay. So I think it's funny because words have like multiple meanings. So a crown is something that you take from somebody else. It's so weird to think of. It's like, oh, well, no, somebody made it for you, but that's not necessarily true. The reason and positioning of crowns is because you say you own something of somebody else's and you made all of which yours, and the crown is the reason why it looks the way it does. Let's just say you went out to this hill, you went out to this forest, you went out to this place, and you brought back all of the items and you put it all together in one box. You actually stole that. And that's just the way it goes. You brought something that lived there, that was from there, and you brought it and you made it your own. And that's the way that crowns were initiated, like kings, queens, and royalty. But it's a fun thing to think about because we don't do that today. We don't. We don't. But I thought it would be fun to initiate people who actually do have crowns. I believe we all have crowns. We take a little bit of everything to make ourselves who we say we are, positive, negative. Most of the times, you know, it's for our own glory, you know, but a lot of times I think it's positive. So each person in this narrative will have their own crown that they cherish, they appreciate, and everybody else, well, you can have your own crown. You can have your own. It could be yours. All right, so I have to finish out this piece because I'm being long drawn, and I have to figure out what else is supposed to go in this piece. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate y'all. What's today? Monday? Yeah, today's Monday. You said enjoy the rest of my day before my kids come home. Oh shoot, I did go shopping and try to do my DTF print. Wait, you said you got your DTF printed today? Ooh, boo, 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 boo. I want to see it. I want to see your DTF printing. I do. It'd be cool. All right, so what else can we put over here on this right-hand side? I know she's going somewhere, but where to? I should have made that a door. I should have made this a door. Yeah. I do like doors. I don't know what it is. I mean, other than like the fact that I had a childhood experience, but I'm not a child anymore. But I had this experience when I was a kid where I found a door on the beach. And I don't know, I just always like doors after that. I have like in my house right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have like 17 doors in the house. And it was like the first thing I thought of is me drawing on the doors. That's the first thing I thought of. And I was like, bro, you know you can do that because you have markers, you have time, you can draw on whatever you want. And I was like, man, I should draw on a door. So what did I do? I drew on the front door. Yep, I sure did. Yep, I sure did. I know what's going to go here, but I don't know what's going to go there. I thought of putting like so many things in front of her, but I want it to be like, what's the word? I want it to be playful, not serious. Then I was like, well, I could probably make some plants. But then I was like, well, maybe, just maybe. Just maybe. I think I might need some, because I wanted to make it a mirror, and then I was like, whoa, I've never done a mirror before. An image based on her likeness. I was like, that might not come out well. You said, you are so welcome. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? We can maybe just make some plant. We can make a plant. Maybe a bonsai tree. A bonsai tree? That would be cool. A bonsai tree would be cool. Wait. Have you checked out the I Am Ray channel that I what is the word, allocated? Have you checked that out? I know it's like a rabbit hole. Like once you start looking, YouTube's like, oh, you were looking at this. Why don't you take a look at this too? And I'm like, not that serious. You know, sometimes we just need like little hints to things. You know, a little bit of knowledge here, because I don't want to throw you in the deep end and be like, hey, did you learn how to swim? But I thought it was cool because like I've never watched his videos before, and I felt like I already knew what he was talking about for just about everything. Like I said like before, like a lot of the words needs illustration, or it needs like more clarification, because a lot of times people say stuff and you're like, well, I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna have to look it up. And then you realize that it's like a week later and you're like, dang, I really wish we would continue to have a conversation based on what he was saying. But you know, for facts, what they are, I mean, they're just the truth of, you know, of everything. And I like to think that I do know everything because I made it. I made it here with the information that I have, and I've done very well, like unbelievably well in my life. And I take a little bit of everything that I get. Once again, I'm taking the crown. Take a little bit of everything that I know, and I make myself who I am today. That's just what it is. So even the knowledge about the universe, I'm gonna tell you this. So, man, do I want to share this part? Because it's interesting. Like every time that I tell people stuff, I'm like, people are not really listening. And if they're listening, it just goes way over the head because they're not ready. Like, because if there's 4 levels, right? Let's just say four levels of our experiences. You start out as a baby, you work your way through learning new things as like a young adult. Then you're an adult, and then you're an elder. Okay, at that point, so there's like 4 stages of existence. So through those stages, you can stay at any one of those stages for as long as you want to, but you have to gain as you go. So you can only go up. You can't, I mean, you can go backwards, but not really. You can't really go backwards. You're only going to be at the place and never go forward. And so that's why I feel like in my life that I've only challenged myself to keep going forward. What else can you know? What else about this planet you don't understand? What about your body? What about people? What about the significance of technology? Like all of these things. And some people are like, hey, you can't learn all of this information because it'll be pointless. And I was like, it's just information. If it exists, it already exists here and here, right? I just need to figure out how to access it. And that's what I enjoy doing. So I told somebody, I said, I know everything. And they were like, oh, well, you can't know everything. And I was like, why not? Why can I not know everything? Oh, because. But I mean, it sounds like you're thinking of yourself, not really listening to anything that I just said that I know, because I live in this world of full of rain. This is where I exist. And that's it. I know everything about art. I'm showing you my experiences of art. I'm showing you what I know by actually making it so. Now, if you check out anything else that I have going on in my life, you probably see the same exact thing. Like, you know what you know, and everything else you don't know, you're acquiring sooner or later. That's what it comes of knowledge. So I know everything. Now, if I'd have told you this 50 years, into the future, it'd still be the same thing. I know everything. Now, let's just say 20 years ago, if I said the same exact thing, it'd be the same reason. I know everything. And then you'd be like, oh, well, you're only 10 years old. You can't know everything. And I'm like, there's just words. You're just using words to infiltrate in yourself things that are not yet on the next level. That's it. I am Ray chose to validate what he said by showing everybody what he could do. And that's just really it. He can do something that others pondered about their existence. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make YouTube videos and I'm just gonna share everything that I know. Once again, everything that I know about the universe. Now, once again, there's certain aspects of people we just don't know. I don't know what it took for you to get up this morning. How could I know? I can't, because I don't have that information. And I could seek it and then find out, and boom, there I go. I still know everything, right? Doesn't that make sense? So the strategy is to understand. So once you understand how things are, how they work, like let's just say like riding a bike. At some point in time, I had no idea how to ride a bike. I'm not saying that it wasn't going to be possible in the future for me to learn, but at that point in time, I didn't know how to ride a bike. So what I had to do, I had to look at other experiencers of riding a bike. And I did. And I was like, wow, this could be really easy. This could be something that I could really do. And before you know it, I took something that I knew was possible and I made it happen. And because I made it happen, I became that experiencer as well. So others who watched me do something became the experience too. They really did. They really did. And so I really enjoy knowledge. I think that knowledge is a fun experience for not only ourselves, but for the environment that we live in. Because without, sometimes without the experience, you don't reach the next level. You just stay there. You stay there for a very long time. You stay there, and everything that you hoped for doesn't come true. And you're like blaming everybody else, and you're telling everybody else that you wish it was different and also the extra stuff. And you don't understand, and you're mad at everybody, and you don't understand, and everybody's doing better, and everybody has more than you, and everybody. Well, everybody waiting on you to level up. That's what we're waiting on. We want you to get where we're at too. And even if you don't get to the level, you might be higher than us. You might be on that fourth level in experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, there will be nothing at all wrong with that. The goal is, when you get there, don't stay there, because that means there's still parts of that process that you can enjoy in different ways. Like, this is my part of my experience. I'm getting to show people that with this, you can experience the same thing too. You can do the same thing that I'm doing right now. Every single detail. You could too. Why not? Oh, because I'm better than you? Is it because you don't have the markers? Is it because you don't know what it took for me to make these marks? You don't know. That's what you're forming. Instead of being proactive, asking questions. Why don't you try it? Why don't you make something of it rather than doing nothing and then blaming yourself and the world of things that you could have accomplished, but you told yourself, this is where I end. Not a beginning, but always an end. And that is truly what half of the world is struggling with right now. Yeah, because let's just say there was no money. How would you get things done? How would you figure out the rest of your existence with no money? I'm gonna let you answer that question, because I already know the answer. You can either ask the question, you can assume, or you can find out who is your factor in figuring that out. If there was no money, because I think money is just a tool. That's what I believe. It's a tool to assess situations. It factors into things, absolutely, because somebody made sure that it was a part of the factor. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they did. They said, hey, if we just throw money into the situation, then people won't have to barter. What's up, Lettuce? Dope Arts. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's up, 26? Oh, I like your image, 26. That's cool. Lettuce. Can you bring me some lettuce? I appreciate if you brought me some lettuce today. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. So no money means what? We would have to figure out how to attain things with no money. I asked my son that too. And then I had to tell him, because obviously he hasn't figured out how to attain things without asking for money. Or what he did, but he just didn't say the answer like that. He chose to narrate it as if money still was the equation. And I was like, no, not really. So I'm trying to teach at this point, because coaching is cool, but I had to teach someone how things are, because that's the way that man made it. The universe works on coaching. You practice, makes you perfect. That's really it. That's how it's always been. So I just gave you the answer. Because once again, if money is a tool, you practice how to make more money. You can go to the source, absolutely go to the source. What is that sound? Okay. So you go to the source, and the source will give you divine direction. It won't give you the answer because the answer is not in it. Answer is in you. You're the answer. You're the one. Sorry, I was watching The Matrix. But yeah, I thought it was interesting too to think about it that way, and that, you know, with every situation that I've ever had, no, money has not been the answer. Because if I just throw money at stuff, you know how much more money I have to get to throw at more stuff because that's all I figured out. Yeah, not the best feeling ever. But I know I'm the answer. I have to be the answer. If there are situations, I have to be the answer. Yep. Sorry, I just threw that little bone in there. And because Ray said some things that I thought was really interesting. I never really thought about everything that he said before. So he kind of opened up my ears and allowed my mind to retract some of the things that I heard him say. Things about love, things about karma, things about like situations that I never knew I was making, because once again, I am the source. I am the reason why everything happens, not the world. The world only responds to me. That's really it. Just responds to what it is that I'm saying, doing. That's really it. So it's fun to think of us as like the battery of how things work and don't work. And if you just keep going, the world has to respond to you. It just has to. There's no other choice but to respond to you. You know? Because you're the source. You're the go-to. You're the reason why. Yep. Yep. Now, everything doesn't have to be perfect. Don't get me wrong, because we assume that things are perfect, but we're really not. We're really not. We're just a part of something that happens. It's just results. Let me see. You said, but like money is important though. Money is only important if you tell it is. What if I told you that the clothes that you wear are way more important? And how do you get your clothes? You can make them, but money wasn't involved at all. You chose to figure it out without using money. Your shoes, your car, like all of those things, you can make them without having to use money. It's a part of what we think. It's a tool. That's just really what it comes down to. Like this paper that I'm using, it's just a tool to emphasize what I'm drawing. Because I could have just been drawing on the wall the whole time, and then that would have been it. And you just see me drawing on the wall. But I brought that into representation, thinking that it would be a good idea, and that's really it. It's just like money. Money could be like a chair. Money could be let me see, a flower. Money could be anything we make it, because that's what we do. 26, 26, 49. I think that's an interesting number too. You got an odd number there. You said at the rate the world is going, money do be important. Wait, does money do be important? Oh, yeah, because we say it is. Man says that it's more important than our lives. That's just the way it goes. It's more important than how we communicate. Let's just say we had a really good conversation. That's something that you thought about probably for a few hours today, tomorrow. The same thing about money. If I gave you $2,000, you'd have been thinking about it the same exact way. I'm glad somebody gave me some money, and all you'd have been thinking about is money. And the same thing as you seeing a puppy. I saw a puppy today, and that was like the best experience ever. It's the same exact thing. It's how you choose it to be. That is what money is like. It's just how you choose it to flow, how it's a part of your day. Like you can work all day to bring home puppies and still be satisfied. But damn, it's getting harder and harder to get. No, it's the same way it's always been. He said, I gotta go. I'm going to start recording. Let's go, Sherry. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. Thank you. Wise words, artist man. Thank you. See you, Sherry. Bye, lettuce. Yeah, crazy stuff. We spend more money, low quality stuff compared to times before where things were quality goods. Okay, name a quality good then, because this will be fun. Name a quality good. I'm trying to think of a quality good I had when, at some point in time, I had speakers I thought were a quality good until somebody ripped them out of the wall. And then I realized, well, the quality was there until somebody changed the narrative of it and made it something else. So the good is only good until, we say it is or it isn't. That's how I think of it. It's only as good as we say it is. My brother used to buy these headphones from like the dollar store. I'm just going to put them out there like that. And I was like, bro, why don't you just spend like extra $20 on some headphones? And he was like, no, it's not worth it. And I was like, okay. Then I realized, well, his choice of quality was based on his opinion. Mine was based on my opinion. Now that I have to spend more money, yeah, I did, because I chose to. He spent less, got what he got, and he felt like that was good enough. I got what I got, and I thought it was good enough. We were both equal. Just equal as heck. It's the most equalest thing ever. Hold on, I can't remember what a bonsai looks like. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I forgot what a bonsai looked like, and I made too many roots, but it's cool. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just typed my name in. You are right, though. Yeah, that's true. Quality goods like food we eat today compared to before, all things are processed now. No, food was still the same before. They just couldn't figure out how to process it for longer. It's always been the same. It's always had a shelf life. It's always had a way of, if man made it, it was crap. I was about to say something. If man made it, it was not quality. It was quality standards for, some type of organism to eat. But other than that, no. Food has always been the same exact way. And I remember that because when I grew up, the things that I ate, the things that I was told I wasn't supposed to eat, they still exist 100%. And I was like, yeah, that's not really fair. That's not fair at all. But guess what? Man does not think of it like that. Man has a way of figuring out that people will eat whatever when they're starving. And when they're continuously starving, they will go and find more of the same thing because it's what they remember, and they're still starving. Yep, still starving. And it sucks because it's food, something that we're supposed to put in our body. Yep. Like I went shopping yesterday. I had a whole conversation about this too. I went shopping yesterday, and I always have to be very critical about what I bring home because my son doesn't understand the concept of food right now. So quality 10 years ago, even if it was 10 years ago, it'd still be the same. I'd still be thinking about it the same exact way. Like, what am I going to feed my son? Like, what am I going to feed this little person? And still the same exact thing. We have to find quality foods. Like if we went out hunting, I'd be like, oh no, we can't eat this because this meat has worms. This meat is gone bad. We can't eat it. Just nothing you can do about it. So you can get mad at it, but the quality of the food is not what we need. It's not standard. It's not, well, I guess the word standard is weird too, but yeah, it'll just never be that. I'm sorry. Nope. Especially if man finds out how to process something a billion times. No, you've lost something in between there. Oh no, you've lost everything in between there. Yep. You said, wait, wait. You said good. You said quality good for me is lettuce. A good quality lettuce. Crunchy, crunchy and stuff. Been looking into growing it on my own though. Ain't gonna lie. Go ahead, do it. I want to see what you can produce. Ain't lettuce out. It's like 1 in the morning here. It's like 1 in the morning. Oh my gosh, bro. That's wild. I'm glad you guys are up. I'm glad y'all are kicking it right now. But yeah, I want to see what you can grow. Yeah, show the world what you can grow. I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube or some type of classification for the lettuce that you do want to grow. Find the seeds and make it happen. This is definitely not a bonsai tree. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I'm just going to make a tree and we're just going to keep going. Yeah. I said bonsai. I put like 10 roots, which is not good because I forgot what a bonsai looked like. I just forgot. It's been a while. Been a while. Yeah, I think it grows. Yeah. Not like this. Not like us. It's cool. It'll still look amazing. Nothing's going to change about that. You want to know why? Because I made it. Yep. Yep. And it's all monochrome too. Just one color. One color. So yeah, this art piece is for a show. I have to I'm gonna have to make copies of this and it'll be a part of the showcase, but it's called the Blackout. That's what the show's called. And the theme is monochrome. So yeah, monochrome is one color. Usually just one color. I chose white. My black background, so I can push a lot of the white outside of the picture. And I mean, like I said, I probably could have drawn on this wall too, but it wouldn't have made an impact like the background if I didn't do it in a darker color. Yep. Yep. And I'm just scratching the wall right now. All right. See ya. Talking about growing stuff, ever heard of terrarium? A terrarium? Yes, I've heard of a terrarium. You grow plants inside a small vacuum. Yes. You seem like a kind of a guy who would like that. I have glass jars that I allow spiders to live in. I actually have a few spiders inside the jar right now. It's outside, and they usually don't leave the jar, so that's the cool part. Yeah. That's the cool part. You know, I collect them in the house. You know, they're scavengers, and sometimes so if they're in the house, I'm like, nope, can't be in here. Instead of killing them, I'll put them in a jar, and then they can just go outside. And if they leave the jar, they leave the jar. If not, they stay in there, and that'll be their last and final home. You know, I don't close the lid though, because that's not the way that it's supposed to go. And they can collect bugs and come back, but they choose not to. They just make nests, and that's it. You know, if they stay. If they stay. They're like cactus. I think that's what I've been growing. Maybe I should have made them longer. Interesting. Interesting. You might need a close-up look of it too, because you can't see it from the distance. To damn, bro, that's cool. You want to see it? I'll show you it. Hold on. See? It's my jar. It's got a couple spiders. Yeah. That's it. Like I said, sometimes they crawl out because I let the sticks allow them to reach outside, and then they can leave if they want to, but it just all depends. All depends. Yeah, I don't see the spiders that were currently in there, but to each their own. They'll figure it out or not. But yeah, the spiders that become, I don't even know how they get in the house. I have no idea how spiders ever get in the house, especially if the house is pretty sealed up, bottom to top. Just be finding them. So just collect them, use a cup and a piece of paper, collect them, put them in a jar. Yeah. It's fun that way, actually. Because once the season starts to change, if they're females, most likely, they'll start making cocoons for their eggs. And if they haven't made it yet, they'll just make cocoons regardless, and then they'll die. But if they could put their seedlings inside the cocoon, then there'll be hundreds of spiders. And I've seen them. Matter of fact, they're not, are they on this channel? I'm not sure they're on this channel. I think I was making on another channel. Yeah. But yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. You said that's a big jar for a bunch of spiders? Yeah, there's a bunch of spiders. Thanks for showing me, bro. Absolutely. Yeah. The experiences, I mean, you gotta give, people who are open-minded, you gotta give them something, to experience too. Like, you can buy them. I think I spent like $30 on a jar. I mean, it's a little expensive, but I mean, look how big the jar is, and you can put whatever you want into it. And usually I put dirt in there and grow like little small plants and stuff. Turn it into a terrarium. Yep. It's just, I mean, I just haven't done any of that. I have seeds and stuff like that, but just not yet. I just started collecting the spiders that are in the house. I saw a big one yesterday. Man, he was freaking huge. Not as big as they get, but it was a pretty big spider. Because the bigger ones, they're silk, whatever the heck they call them. Man, that stuff is strong. If you get caught in it, it feels like what's the word? Like dental floss. It's like thick, like dental floss. Yeah, I'm still surprised no one's ever used their 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 string for, yeah, I'm just surprised. Just really surprised. Oops, that's a little strong. Let's make, all right, what can we put here though? There's got to be something in this space. Hmm. What goes there? What is she looking at? What are you looking at? Yeah, I'm surprised somebody didn't spin any of that thread, is because it would be cool. It'd be some cool stuff to kind of use. I mean, I'm pretty sure the spider wouldn't have any fun after that, because I mean it's his, and then we just take what we want and then just leave them high and dry. You know, I'm guessing that's probably why we haven't either. But that stuff's some thick stuff. That's some real thick stuff. Yeah, real thick stuff. Yep. You said, wait, you said, by the way, that plant looks like aloe vera. I think that's what it is. It was supposed to be a bonsai, but I put too many stalks, and then I was like, oh, that's not going to be it. It could have been cool. It could have been something. You say, honestly, I'm scared of spiders, but I also respect them because they are, in a way, pest control. What's up, Karen? She's looking at a GTR, a 2017 Nissan GTR. Is that what she's looking at outside the window? Man, I have no idea. That is wild. She's like, dang, that thing's just doing donuts out here, huh? Freaking crazy. It's a good idea, though. Do I know what a 2017 Nissan GTR looks like? Nope. Do I have the internet? Yep. That's interesting. That's just an interesting thought right there. Appreciate that. She's looking at a car. She's looking to buy a car? Oh shoot, that could be it too. She definitely could be in the mindset for buying a vehicle. Okay, that sound was really strong. That was a really strong sound. It shook the whole entire house. Okay, so every time I think of something crazy happening, it's nothing. But all happened twice. That was really strong. That was really strong twice, too. You said the painting is coming together, and now that I see it, let's go. So what, the GTR? You said it's coming along because of that GTR. It's funny. Oh wait, I didn't do it right. Dang it. Made my attention go somewhere else. Made my attention. I'm gonna put. Mm, 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 mm. So when I was a, I keep saying when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, bro! Can we just be an adult for just a little bit? Okay, so a couple years ago, I had this idea um, of how to draw random things, like freehand. And I was like, well, what if I just make shapes? And then I was like, shapes of circles and stuff like that. People are not really into that. People want to see like flowers, or if you're going to do an arrangement, people want to see like houses together or cars together. That those are based on shapes. But then I was like, well, let me try it out. And I just kept making these weird, wonky shapes. So then I was like, well, it might fit somewhere. I don't know where, but it could be something that I could use for a future experience. And I believe that today is just that type of justification of what it is that I'm doing. Although these shapes are different, they are still the designation of anything like a car, a house. They are just the same. Now, if I organize all of these parts, you probably could make a house. You could probably make something. But I thought of it because I'm adding details to it instead of just doing, um, because it's just a two-dimensional space. So I kind of wanted to fit that idea into these shapes, and that's what I'm creating. Shapes, something fun, something, I guess, inorganic in a way. So these are these shapes right here. So they're easy to make because I'm not really stressing my brain out to be like, oh, it doesn't look like that, and then stopping because I can't figure out what the heck it is that I want to make. So I'm just allowing my brain to figure out all of the difficult parts. No, just figure out the difficult parts and I'll just do the rest. Just do the rest of the work. And that part is the beauty of it. And I believe anybody can do it. I seen Mr. Doodle. Mr. Doodle did it. What's the other guy's name? There's another guy who did stuff like that too. But I mean, he made like faces, and there's a bunch of people who figured out how to create in these spaces. Like I could probably put like a bunch of different faces and stuff like that. Maybe I could try that one of those days. You say, oh man, it's getting late. See you later. Good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for conversation. It's crazy. I keep meeting people. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of my day. And let me be in a part of your day too, or your night. Sometimes it's nighttime. Sometimes it's the night of time. Yep. 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 Kind of mad it's there though. It's making my head hurt. We're almost done now. I still got to put this Nissan Altima in this little tiny gap. I'm just playing. We're not doing that. It was a good idea though. I'm not sure that's what she's looking at though. I mean, it would be cool. It actually would be cool. But I'll get mad because I don't like the shape of the Nissan Altima GTR. And it's like, why did you put that? Why did you go and do that? It could have been simple. Could have been a simple piece. Intricate, simple piece. And you had to put something that was 50 times more difficult. So what I'm doing right now is just I'm adding scratches to the surface of this. I don't really want the color to shine through too much because I want it to be like a fur or some type of growth. And it has its own way of, because if I make the colors too vibrant, then you can't see the scratch marks as if they're growth. Yeah, too thick of lines. So I'm adding scratches. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. All right, what else do we do? What else do we know? We know that this is some type of outer experience for her. She's definitely outside of something. That's what I know. Perfect. Perfect. Maybe it could be a bird she's looking at. Bird's a good idea. Maybe I thought of a reflection, but I still can't get past the fact that I would have to draw her face again. Maybe a train, a boat, maybe a praying mantis, maybe a bug. Maybe I could just leave it blank. We could just leave it blank. No. What can you be? It could be far out. This could be a different perspective that she's looking at. She's in the distance. What do y'all think? Do we have anybody in her yet? We're almost there. I just have to figure out what this corner is. That's it. Just figure it out. Just figure it out. Just make this into one type of little. Why do I keep parking the car there?
Sorry.
What's up, friend?
I can fix that over.
Okay, do that.
I can move my car.
Yeah, do that. Appreciate it. All right, so what goes there? Is it another person? What is she looking at? I don't know. Honestly, I don't freaking know. I don't know. I'm just adding details until I can figure out what the heck is going to go on the rest of that corner. And it's a small corner. Although I like that idea of the GTR, just don't know. But I mean, this is the bottom of it, so nobody's really gonna care. You might see the details, but nobody's gonna care. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. What is in this space? Maybe something else, like is she looking at a bird? I really feel like it's a bird, but I don't want to draw a bird. I've drawn birds forever. It's got to be something else. It could be a pyramid. She could be looking at a pyramid. It could be a pyramid, y'all. The pyramid of everything. Everything. We're almost done now. I'm like this close to finishing this project. This freaking close. Could be a stick figure too. What the heck? It doesn't have to be prolific. It just has to be something that she could stare at forever. Forever. I like the gray tones though. Just one more freaking thing. Maybe I'll just end the stream here and then I'll just figure it out. Since I don't have any more ideas, I'm not going to press the button because I've gotten this far. We actually did a lot of work here today, and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud. So proud. Do I want to finish? Or you know what? I'm just going to put the numbers up here. Make sure just put the code. Sorry if you can hear me scratching. It's because I love you. And I wanted you to hear what I heard. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Come on. I'm from light to gray. Marker. The marker of choice. It's not empty. It was only made to look like it's empty. It was definitely full. It's definitely full of rain. Let's go. I probably should have left them gray though. They look good gray. All right, so what are we gonna do for the bottom part? Is she looking at something? I can't see what's in there. This empty space right here, I can't see what's in there. Usually I saw everything from all of this to the plants. I saw everything, but I can't figure out what's in there. And I don't want to make anything. Let's see. I don't want to make anything that's I'm trying not to touch the paint too because it's still wet. It's some wet stuff, y'all. Sorry, I'm all in it right now. Not sorry. I guess that's what she sees. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. I guess that's what she sees. Hmm. Now, that is how you draw. That is how you freaking freehand. Yo, that's so awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. That's so cool. It sucks that I use the edge a lot, but I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. But this is my piece. Let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, we did a good job. We did a really good job on this. We did such a good job. That's cool. I like it. Dang, I just did that. I like it a lot. Let's go. Let's go. I like it. Well, I think we're finished with this one, y'all. We are finished. We are absolutely finished. Let's go. We're gonna put our stamp. Because we made it. Let's go. Yo, this looks so good. I really want to do more of these now. I want to do so many more of them. Wow. All right. Well, this is our monochromatic royalty. Let's go. Yo, I appreciate everybody watching though. I thank you so much for joining us for this amazing, like this is amazing. The best thing I've ever made in my entire life. This complete from start to finish. I don't know what it means, but I see where I took it and I'm liking it. It means a lot. Let's go. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us today. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get up out of here. I think that's it. I could start another one though. You know, if I get another like, I could start another one. But I think we might just end it here because every time I say that, I draw something else, and I'm like, you should have just ended the live stream, bro. You should have just been, because if you made gold, don't try to make copper and plastic, bro. Just you already made gold. So, yep. But thank you guys for chopping it up with me today. Yeah. Tomorrow or later on, probably later on, we'll do something. Yeah. We'll do something else. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.